Hello and good morning. I found a little interesting tie-in to what kind of looks like maybe is going on in space and on the planet, and I wanted to put it out there and see what I found. Now this is the orbit diagram for Elenin, but this is the Jewish holiday listing for this year. And all these dates are in our Gregorian calendar, according to the Jewish and Hebrew calendar. So they're in the Passover right now, and I've already looked in April, and it didn't look like anything very odd in April. And they have this one here called the second Passover on May the 18th, and then another one called Lag BaOmer on May 22nd, Shavuot June 7th, Fast of the Tammuz on July the 19th, Fast of Tisha B'Av on August 8th, Rosh Hashanah September 28th through the 30th, the Fast of Gedalia on October the 2nd, a whole bunch of them in October, Yom Kippur the 7th of October, Sukkot 12th of October, Hashanah Rabbah October 19th, Shemini Azderet October 19th, Simchat Torah October 20th. So let's go back here, and it said it had one second Passover on May the 18th, and that's why I have this set to May the 18th. Because on May the 18th it looks pretty well like there's trying something to line up here, and if you swing it around just a little bit, you can see something looks kind of strange there. I'm going to click to the 19th, kind of on the 20th, maybe on the 21st. All around that area there, looks like things are trying to stay straight for a while. So that would fall in line. I found that to be kind of weird on a Jewish holiday, and the 22nd fell in there, and they still look kind of straight. And then I went up through September. Okay, and I think in a prior video I had said something about some strange alignments in September also. So we'll go ahead and we'll go up to September. Okay, and they said the 28th. So we'll click it pretty near there. And one day I wanted to point out for sure is this one here. Sun distance will be 0.482. So it looks like on September 11th, 2011, that this big boy here will be as close to this, the sun, as it's ever going to be in its travel. We're here. Mercury's over here, of course, and you can see Venus. So I'm going to think that something is going to be disturbed that day. The sun will be doing something because of that, and we'll just have to see how bad it gets here. But that's a day you want to remember too. I don't want to forget that one. So we're coming on the 28th, and then about the 23rd you can see that we're trying to do it again and get kind of straight. We're kind of sort of trying to line up. So right around their holiday time, we're trying to get straight again with Elenin and the sun. So then we go ahead and we'll start in October, on October the 2nd, because they have more of them. And there's October the 2nd. You can see as we keep going, this is getting less. And then we get on the 17th, and Elenin is closest to us as it supposedly will come. And it dragged all the whatever it's got behind it, debris, moons, whatever rock and everything's behind it is here. These guys look like they're gonna have to endure some of that. And then you can watch and see as we get out that we're going to be going like this through the same thing that was left here that it drug out here. Now, what was the date that it ended on? The 21st is when it ended. Okay, so that'd be about right here. You know, just a few days after it gets its closest point here, then their holiday ends. And I thought that was kind of interesting. So I looked into some other things, and I found an article from a video I'd seen a while back called Blood Moon Eclipses Second Coming in 2015. And it's by a guy named Mark Biltz, excuse me, and he's the pastor at El Shaddai Ministries in Washington State. And he has studied this stuff about these blood red moons and put a lot of thought and work into it. And what he describes is they're kind of like signals in the sky, like a stop and go light, so to speak, get your attention kind of thing. And it's like a one if by land, two if by sea kind of a signal. Not only a signal, but a signal for coming or an appearing. So seasons implies appointed times for God's feasts and festivals. And when you hear the word feast, we think of food. But in Hebrew, it has nothing to do with food. It's like he's making a divine appointment with a day timer, and he's going to mark the day and time when he's going to signal his appearance. So we're going to discuss this just a little bit more. But evidently, these are called tetrads, and the years that I'm talking about is not now. It's going to be in 2014 and 2015 when these moons occur. And we're going to go through everything that's going to happen between now and then. Some of us probably won't be here by then, but there will be some of us that are still here by then. And these will be the things that they see when they look up in the sky. So what he has found is that you're going to have these tetrads, they call them, more in the century. However, there's not going to be any of the tetrads that are going to be 4 in a row that fall on. They're all falling on these Jewish feast, festival, holidays. So the fact that these blood red moons are happening at the same time on the same days and stuff of these feasts would kind of lend some support to the thought that maybe they are some kind of a signal, since they're not occurring on a random day and they are occurring 4 in a row. There's probably surely some disagreement with this and everything, but it is something to think about because it is so rare, and none of us will be alive the next time this is supposed to happen. And he has put a lot of research into this and given it a lot of thought. and it seems to have some weight from the way that I'm looking at it, because we're not going to see these things on before these years or at any other Jewish Hebrew holy time on those days except then. So that has to mean something, and I wanted to just bring that to your attention, because I know maybe some people had heard this, maybe some people had not. However, it is out there now, and that is something to think about when we're going to be going through all the stuff that's coming up. And this is the Earth browser. We'll take a quick scan through the globe. There's been a few things going on, and this is the U.S. California's had some threes. There's a 3-4 on the 18th. Mainly twos. They're just mainly getting cracked off with twos and everything. I've heard some warning of they're worried right outside of Washington and Oregon for some reason out in there that they could possibly be seeing some activity here in the future. So we'll have to keep our eyes on this. And this is our friendly neighbor Alaska up here, where a HAARP won't let us in, or maybe they have today, I haven't checked, but it had been 10 days. And this is the 20th with a 4.6, and they have some twos, a 4-3 on the 17th, some threes, 3.5, but they're peppered with twos all over the place. And there's a 3.5 on the 20th. So they're getting pulsation up there in Alaska where they're at. Spinning around here, stuff going on. We know about Japan. There's a, excuse me, move it over a little bit. There's a 5 in the Zhang-Onghai border region. And we 4.5 on the 19th on the Myanmar, India border region. A 4-3 in China on the 19th. We want to take a look. We got a 5-1 in the Guam region. And we have a 5 on the 16th in Guam. At Guam, but they're having them 4.8 in the Philippines. 4.5 in Indonesia. Australia has a 5-2 on the 17th over here. 5-2 on the 16th over there. We come over here, we got a 4-7 on the 19th on Loyalty Island southeast of them. We got a 5 in Fiji, 19th, 4-8 on the 20th in Tonga, 4-8, 17th in Fiji. New Zealand, a 5-2 on the 16th, and a 6-6 on the 18th south of the Kermadec Islands. So there is definitely something most everywhere that you look. You see 3-2 in Hawaii. We go over here, and you can see they even have a little in some places that hadn't been getting it. 4-9 in Yemen, near the coast of Yemen. And then they were active a little while back, and here's a 4.5 in Greece on the 19th. So they are going on everywhere. And we need to say our prayers and thank our Lord that He's keeping us safe as long as He has. You're going to need to keep doing it, keep being prepared, and don't forget about the FEMA activities that are coming up. Began today, or the 19th, in Indiana. Be prepared is better than being sorry later on. My time's getting ready to run out, so I'm going to have to go ahead and close. But give some thought to what I showed you tonight about the blood moons and the things that I mentioned coming up in the heavens supposedly on those dates. I'll talk to you soon whenever I have some more. God bless you all.